At Vibra Finance, we seek out the hidden gems in cryptocurrency. We will tailor your portfolio to work for you. Are you ready to transition your investments from traditional markets to cryptocurrency? Are your coins staked and earning interest? Are you overwhelmed with all the jargon in crypto? Is your portfolio underperforming and you want to reposition into consistent winning blue chip coins and viable projects? Do you feel like you missed out on DeFi, Metaverse, and NFTs? Here at Vibra Finance, we provide you with the data, skills, and tools you need to stay on top of the digital asset market. Vibra Finance. We are the future of crypto.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Happy Friday. It's a great day to be in crypto, even though we got blood across the charts everywhere. Still a lot of exciting stuff to talk about. So if you're here right now, you're in the right place and the future is bright. You got to be early to set trends. You don't want to be following them. You want to be a trendsetter. So getting into it today, Vibra Finance on Twitter. If you're not following, follow us on there. Lots of stuff happening, lots of stuff constantly going viral. So we posted on there. I wanted to get to these bubbles here. Was just poking through the top 700 and saw this random green candle, and it was vibing coin. So I don't know what that is, what vibing is, but love it. So that should be our coin, the vibing coin. But shout out them. They're pumping like crazy, up 70% on the day. But, for the rest of the market and top 100 here, we're not looking too good. But we kind of expected this, right? What's up, Rolling Zoku? Appreciate you stopping in. What we were kind of expecting this, right? With Fed news, nothing was positive. We got all the Mt. Gox coins finally hitting the market, the ETH 2.0 potential sales. You got the United States government dumping coins left and right from Silk Road and who knows what else they've accumulated and who else from, but they're dumping. So this was expected. This was kind of the pullback we were anticipating. We were hoping that Bitcoin could kind of hold that 22 line and push up towards 25, but clearly that was not the case, and we fell off the cliff. And now hopefully, that this dip, it got bought back up quick. There was a major FUD in the headlines. I mean, this right here, Bitcoin plummets as 8% as crypto markets fall below 1 trillion. And, they put right under here, the main headline is that Bitcoin plunged below 20K for the first time since mid-January. Well, it was below 20K for about 8 seconds because it got bought right back up. And we are now sitting at, it came back down. I take that back. In the last half hour, we fell back below, but that's all right. If we bounce around, 19.5 to 20, it doesn't matter. Chopping around 19, 18, 20. We're just going to go sideways for a little while, deliver max pain to traders. But checking out Richard's Twitter here, he has completely changed his tune. The way he's marketing now, this is great. He is now on the new tax raises. I think a lot of people are going to agree with him here that this is a little obsessive or excessive. He's got retweeting John Deaton, ETH's not a security, class action. So he's getting involved in everything, talking about the stocks, showing all the stocks, how they're just, falling off a cliff. And that's what we want to see. I love this, that Richard is tweeting about everything out there and getting all of crypto. He did the shock factor with his outrage marketing. He's got a bunch more followers. And now his brilliance and his genius is going to shine. And he is one of the best marketers in the world. And I got to give him credit for that. And looking at Hex on Lunar Crush here, we're bouncing around this alt rank. It's crazy. Last week when Richard posted that first Aragon update, we were number 4 on this list. And now we've slid down to 176th. But this is super volatile, this list right here. And one thing that I liked on here was that Simon Dixon was one of the top Hex influencers this week. And I don't know if that was on purpose or by accident, but I know he was tweeting about something about backing Bitcoin or creating value through locked up Bitcoin or something like that. And the Hexicans just crushed him and came into his thread and blew it up, which is great to see. So now he is one of the top Hex influencers, regardless if he meant to be or not, up here with Katie Lee and our friend Somi, who's been killing it with the videos. Shout out our Aussies down there. What up, Tin Top? Appreciate you stopping in. You know, loving this. Simon Dixon is one of the top Hex influencers this week. You know, he's a Bitcoin maximalist 100%. And he definitely said he understands Hex, but he's looking to, I don't know what he's doing with Bitcoin, but it's a losing cause. He's looking in the wrong place. But what I wanted to talk about today was, you know, Hex and Richard Hart, with his new advertising, his new marketing campaign here. I mean, he's really going after a different crowd. And we're starting to see, I think now that he isn't the outrage guy, he's not on here buying Gucci bags and Louis bags. All the other influencers are now I feel like are more comfortable talking about him, or it's going to appear to their followers that they're following, like, you know, not this crazy materialistic guy. Because people, they look for a second, they don't dig deep. People want instant gratification, instant everything. And DIY investing is one of the bigger influencers. He's got 54,000 followers on here, and he's been talking a lot about Hex lately. And he posted a video a couple months ago talking about Hex and Pulsechain. And listen to what he says here. Oh, hold on a second. Let me unmute this. There we go. That should work.
Hex was going to be a good play in the last cycle. I didn't stick to that conviction, and I listened to too many outside influences that were saying it was a scam. And then what happened? It pumped so much harder than all the rest. So now that we're kind of at this point, I look at Hex as another one of those huge opportunities inside of the market, because here's what's coming. The Pulsechain launch is going to be coming, and this isn't confirmed or anything. And I would actually recommend that if you're into Hex and you're into Pulsechain and you've sacrificed for Pulsechain and PulseX and all of these ecosystem plays, if this is what please correct me if I'm wrong on this. But from my knowledge, when Pulsechain goes live, everybody's going to be able to take their tokens and convert it into Pulsechain. When that happens, it's under my apparent belief that the people that are holding Hex are going to get a slightly higher conversion rate for Pulsechain. If I'm wrong on this, please correct me inside the comments below.
So, hey, Susie Q. We'll appreciate you stopping in. So Donovan, he's got, you know, this video's got 8.4 thousand views on it. And just the fact that he's bringing up Hex and Pulsechain, it's a major change in tone from the last bull run. Nobody would go near it. You know, he just said it. You know, I was stupid. I listened to other people who said it was a scam. You know, another Ivan on Tech, probably one of the biggest influencers in the space. You know, 403,000 followers. You know, and what is he doing now? He's got Morales, his Web3 little app here. And Morales, what this does is it allows degens to come in and search coins that are, you know, bought within the last week, bought within the last hour. What ERC20 has the most buys in the last, you know, 3 days, whatever. So that's what that app is. And he's shilling Hex every time he uses it. You know, this is what the app looks like right here. And you can see all the degen coins that are up next to Hex: Paw Swap, Ordinal Doge, Ordinal Shiba, Eggs, Bone Shiba Swap, Xmon. None of them have logos. But as soon as you pull this up, your eyes go right to Hex. And it immediately draws your attention there. So all these degens who are coming in looking for these coins that are going to do thousands of X's, you're looking at Hex now and saying, oh my God, Hex has, you know, 1,030 buyers in the last week, and the top degen coin has 1,950. So we are right up there with the biggest degen plays. I mean, we had more buys than Shaitoshi's Vision in the last week. And that's Hex. These coins. I'm curious to see what the market caps of these other coins are. I mean, I'd be shocked if they're over 10, $20 million, and we're right up there with them. So that's DIY investing is now talking about it. We have Ivan every day in his streams. He is shilling Morales. He's talking about Hex and Pulsechain, but he's shilling this.
Zk tsunami, let's say, because I want to know what the hell the coin is. So now I have my paper cheat sheet, but going forward, we're gonna make it somehow that you can click a coin and we can like write something about it, as my team is doing now, and maybe we can have a community-driven approach somehow that everyone can contribute, and then we can also put all of the metrics in the same place, stuff like that. Yeah, so that's coming as well.
So all these degens that he's got are going to be looking at Hex, and he's shilling it subconsciously to them, and he has no problem with it. I'm sure he could have taken the logo down or done something with it, but it's there front and center, and he wants Richard for another interview. So between these guys here, that's almost 500,000 followers. Then you got BitBoy, who's got 1 million, right? He has been talking a lot lately about Hex, and this was from his stream yesterday, right here. Listen to this. Oh, why did these all muted? Sorry, guys, I'm horrible with this here.
All right, we'll go to jail. She said it, not me. It's gonna be hard to catch. I was cracking up at his the bio on his Twitter. He receives no communication of any form of any kind.
Yeah, I saw that. I asked some Hex people what they thought about it, and they're like, "Well, you know," one person told me that they thought he might just be fading away because he's, you know, maybe time to retire. He's got a lot of money.
Yeah, might be a good time to retire.
Yeah, might be a good time. Might be a good time. Look, I certainly hope Richard, you know, look, if he's running a gigantic Ponzi scheme, I hope that people are safe and pull their money out and he goes to jail. I don't know if he's doing that or not. I don't think he is. You know, I've said in the past, I don't really understand Hex necessarily, but we do know there's been some pressure from the SEC on Hex, and I don't know. We'll see what happens with it. It's very, very interesting.
I'd say I want the best for everybody involved.
100%.
All parts.
I'm right there with you. That's the best way to say it. So
that's the best way to say it, is that Hex, it's a good time for Richard to retire. What? What are you talking about? That is, I mean, I don't understand how he just talks out both sides of his mouth like this, but I mean, he's whatever. I guess he's got his audience, but just the fact that Richard is constantly up and in these conversations, this was not happening last bull run. You know, we were nowhere. We were so happy if somebody would come to jump in the battle tank with Richard and argue with him on stream so he could crush him. And now we have Ivan, DIY investing, BitBoy, and then, well, who else do you have on here? Crypto Banter. Listen to this yesterday. I don't know if these guys talk, if BitBoy and Crypto Banter and all these guys are, you know, in like a secret Telegram group or something, but is this just coincidental the same day or within one day?
I think they're going after next. It looks to me like the SEC are actually going after Hex, and maybe they're going after Richard Hart. Now, I know that in December, a lot of Hexicans actually got subpoenas from the SEC. This is true. In November and December, this is true. We've corresponded with Richard Hart. Also, he knows that some Hexicans have received letters from the SEC, and what they want to know is they want to know whether people were paid to promote Hex. I think what the SEC are looking for is they're looking to see if Richard Hart or somebody promoted or paid Hexicans to promote Hex. And so what they've done as a result is they've actually gone and subpoenaed and asked for a whole lot of information from a whole lot of Hex or Pulsechain people. So the documents sufficient to disclose all foreign bank, brokerage, cryptocurrency, and other financial accounts held by you on your behalf or for your benefit on any digital asset wallet. All agreements, documents,
So this is so funny, right? This happened how many months ago? You know, 2 months ago? Oh, maybe even 3 months ago. I think it was at the Hex party or the birthday party in San Diego where these letters were given out, I think. So this happened so long ago, and within one day apart, BitBoy and ran both FUD Hex, and at least Rand went into it and kind of said, look, they're asking if Hexagons got paid, and we all know no one took $1. Richard he wouldn't pay anybody to promote Hex. He's too cheap to. He is not like deep down inside, he is not like a materialistic, lavish spender. He's cheap as hell. It probably in the inside stung him to buy all that stuff, even though he was doing it for a reason. It's just not him. And at least Rand here is saying the truth, where BitBoy is just leading his army into the slaughter. I guess that's what you do if you're an army general and you got to lead your troops into war. But we don't need to do that. At Hexaco, we're doing something different. We're on a different path. And at least he's saying it, but man, I don't know. Just random, or is this coordinated? A FUD Richard at once attack. And then lastly, we got Mason, who I met down last summer in New York City at the NFT.com meetup. And he was a super cool guy. His girlfriend was down there too. And we talked for 10, 15 minutes, and he said he didn't know about Pulsechain at the time, but he since said he has sacrificed. So he will be talking about Pulsechain, I believe. I mean, this was his video, his response here to Hexagons.
Had some Twitter shenanigans going on with me writing little write-ups about Hex, but this is my official video message to the Hex community. Okay, now only dumb people think that people can't update their opinions on coins. For example, a year ago, I thought completely different about Hex than I do now. And now I understand Hex and I understand Richard Hart. Before, I was very ignorant and just dismissing it because everyone else was just calling it a scam. So here is Hex currently down 10%.
So that's the same message that Donovan had as an influencer, right? He was told the same thing. He said the same thing, that I listened to other people and just completely dismissed it, and now I understand it. And now they're both bullish and they understand. Richard is standing here on a throne now with people just dropping beside him. All these people, Alex Mashinsky, Luna, Voyager. I mean, Richard has been saying the same thing now for how many years, and it's just holding true. And I'm just so excited for the future. We're in a completely different place than we were a year and a half ago. None of these guys were talking about Hex. DIY. I mean, Ivan, he had Richard on for interviews, but he wasn't shilling it at all. Now he's got his DGen app that Hex is in there with all of these other coins. And then we have Crypto Banter, BitBoy, and Mason now taking Hex's side. Not taking our side yet, but he'll come around when Pulsechain comes out. There's going to be nothing as big as it. It's going to be the project to talk about this summer. I just know it. I know it. And this article was fantastic here, just fudding Bitcoin. It just crashed. It's below 19,000 or below 20,000 at 19.9. You know what? This is all a massive FUD campaign to get prices as low as possible so banks can come in, buy as much of it up as possible, and then sell it back to you legally, because now it's way too risky. With FTX and Voyager, all that, it was just chaos in the markets. But with us, with the banks, we've been here for 100 years. We are trusted financial institutions. We know what we're doing, so we can sell it to you. And it's no coincidence that Uniswap, their V4 is built out for bank backends, so the banks can use Uniswap. All these banks are going to have their private ledgers for internal stuff, and they're also going to connect, I believe, to public blockchains. And it's all going to come together as a one-stop shop for tokenized stocks, tokenized bonds, cryptos, NFTs, one place. Once I can send all of you a share of stock, like it's a share of Tesla, a share of Apple, like I can Bitcoin or send Hex, that's when we know adoption is here. And we're going to be there, I think, in the next couple years. And I'm really excited for the future. What's up, Mobius? Appreciate you stopping in. Godfather J6, what's going on, my man? And yes, Mobius or Tin Top, we are so early. High five, 555s all around. And now we got a storm of influencers coming in. All the OGs that were never talking about Hex are now talking about it. And then just in the Hex ecosystem, there's so many people coming here every day and starting new channels talking about Hex. You know, our friend Somi is hilarious. One of the best new Hex creators out there, in my opinion. You know, he is so funny. If none of you guys have seen him, check him out. His videos, absolutely hilarious. And the stuff like this is what he's really opened my eyes to how powerful community is. And it really just shows where we are in Hex as a community. There's nobody else, in my opinion, is loud. I mean, I was looking at multiple Twitter accounts that were almost 1 million followers, and none of their engagement got more than 200 likes on any of their posts. And when Hex or Richard Hart got mentioned, 3 to 4 times the engagement. They were getting 600, 700, 800 likes. So it just shows you that, man, we are in the right spot and things are really shifting. All these narratives and these promises, it's going to change. This bull run, it's going to be community driven. And how loud can your community be? And if you don't have it, you're not going to survive. You're not going to thrive. I mean, yeah, everything goes up in the bull run, but what really goes up and the best projects have massive communities behind them. And it really solidified that for us in Vegas last year when we were at Pulsechain and at the Sologenics party, and how much life there was there, and how much excitement there was in that room. And to see undercover Hexicans there that came up to us and told us, hey, we're Hexicans, because we were decked out in Pulse and Hex gear at the solo party. And there was probably 50 people there, but we were on our 3rd conference and we had 300-400 people out there. So we were just on a different level. And it's just so awesome to be here now, to be here with everybody in this community. And even like Texan, I'm going to really start talking a lot more about Texan. You know, I've been learning and doing research the last couple weeks, and it's been pumping like crazy. And I think the community behind Texan too is something that we really need to look at if you don't know what it is. You know, it's the community, the message. It's kind of the endowment idea. I mean, this could set the trend for all colleges, universities, nonprofits, charities, all going this direction. And, you know, this is when, you know, in my opinion, you invest in stuff. When no one else is talking about it, you have to take risks. You know, could you imagine buying Shiba Inu back in the day? If you went and bought all other coins that were comparative to Shiba at the time, I bet you 99% of them would be worth 0 right now. You invested in SHIB back then was, this money is going to 0. I might as well burn it. I don't care. And it's very hard to invest in coins like that. So just lighting money on fire. Like, you need to have that attitude to find those plays. Like these coins that Ivan is pulling up here on Morales. What were these? I don't even know the names of. I forget the names of them already. And I'm a massive degen. Paw swap, ordinal dogs, ordinal SHIB, eggs, bone Shiba swap. I mean, those are the coins that you have to invest money in to get returns like SHIB. Shibarium, fiat. So you really need to think twice. You know, when you see these stories of, oh, I got rich on SHIB, I made $1 billion. Well, how did the other investments go that you invested in? You know, probably not so good. And I stay away from that stuff. I don't want to invest money into stuff that has a better chance of going to 0 than going to the moon. And that's where Texan right now, it's a tiny little market cap coin, but it has the movement. It has the community that Hex has. It's almost the same type situation, but it's in its infancy right now and about to go into its first cycle. And when I'm just really starting to change my mind about how I view cryptos now moving forward. Community is really, really, really important. In last bull run, it wasn't even existent. You know, shout out, what's up, Erwin? Facing Reality. We were talking the other day about 3 years ago, we had the same vision to buy an island with our Discord group that we had. And we wanted the same thing. We wanted to all live together, have freedom, have sovereignty, this and that. And now 3 years later, Hexaco is what everyone's talking about. And just the idea of how would you accomplish it, it's already changed from how it was 3 years ago with NFTs and tokenized coins and tokenizing assets and ownership of stuff. You were already looking at potential ideas differently than we were 3 years ago. And that the community driven, community based coins and tokens out here are ones that I'm going to really start getting behind. If you don't have a Hex cult like following, or text it and text in with, the whole, everything that they stand for, the whole way that the coin with the scraping with 22-year staking. I mean, there's just so much there that is trend setting, in my opinion, for this market. And I'm just so excited to be here right now in this community and being here early and being able to see people like Donovan and Mason and these guys come around from not talking about Hex to both of them saying, I made a mistake. I listened and just listened to the masses. Hex was a scam. And obviously it's not. And Richard's message is holding strong. And then BitBoy yesterday calling out Hex and the SEC. Crypto Banter called it out 2 days ago. I don't know if that's just coincidence or if something's going on. This happened way too long ago for this to be just breaking news to be talked about on a stream. And I don't know, with Ivan the other day saying that Pulsechain could be launching next week. He said that on a stream this week. I mean, it's almost like these guys are all getting ready for a massive Pulsechain launch, marketing push. Like, it almost seems coordinated, the fact that they're talking like this at the same time and bracing their audiences. But I don't know. I could have my tinfoil hat on and just be completely off. But we'll see. Let's check the bubbles real quick and see how we're doing here. All right. Nothing popping. Let's check vibing. So I'm going to look into this coin. Oh, no, what happened? Did it go into the top 600 now? Oh, what happened? So where did vibing go? I guess it must have, with Facing Reality, there was a coin on here where I first pulled this up, VBG, and it was up 60%. It was called Vibing, but appears to have fallen off a cliff now. But, oh well, it is what it is. I mean, this honestly, guys, could be a great buying opportunity. If this is this could be the dip that we were waiting for to shoot us up another level with these altcoins. And when they dip, I look at Singularity now. It was at 50 something cents a couple weeks ago. I mean, it's literally dropped 50%. I mean, wow, it was at 28 cents. And a month ago, look at that, 63 cents. So, obviously this could keep falling off a cliff, but at some point, with all the stable coins on the sidelines, with all the just mainstream FUD, with the SEC falling apart, them basically saying that Grayscale is going to be able to do their ETF, that's going to be a massive bullish catalyst. So after this Mt. Gox stuff, after the Shanghai goes live, I don't know what other negative catalysts there are besides just a full-blown recession, which, other than being a full-blown recession, we could be heading into spring and potentially into summertime, the start of the bull run. Pulsechain launches. I mean, the Richard Hart ecosystem is going to have a bull run of its own. And that's going to just be exciting. So I think we're going to decouple from the market at that point. Hex will start to, like it was trading during the Pulse sacrifice and Pulse X sacrifice when the market was dumping. Hex was just going up. And I think that's going to happen again when we get word of a launch or even V3 testnet. I think Hex will be up over 10 cents in no time. So honestly, this could be one of the last times. It sounds crazy, but one of the last times that Hex could be around 5 cents. You know, obviously expect the unexpected. This is financial advice. Do everything I said right now. Buy Luna on 100x leverage. Call Rags. He'll tell you what to do from there because he is the Luna expert. And yeah, I think that this weekend will be the bottom of this little dip, this little correction. And then I don't know if we trade kind of sideways, but I would like to see Bitcoin push back up over 20, 21, 22, and then kind of chop there and establish a new bottom and get people, get that 10K out of people's minds. You know, as long as that 10K narrative is here, you know, we have a short squeeze potential. So that's all I got for today. Follow us on Viber Finance on Twitter. If you're not already subscribed, follow us on here on YouTube. Appreciate all the support. Mobius, Erwin, you guys are awesome. Appreciate it. Susie Q, thank you for stopping in. Godfather J6, Lindsay the Hexagon, crushing it too with the Corium giveaway. You know, that's exciting too. You know, I'm really bullish on Corium too. You know, it's a community-driven project. The coins were airdropped to all solo holders for free. Everything is DAO voting. And I like to see that. So she's giving tickets away to the Corium party. If you're not following her, go follow Lindsay and like and share her tweet. You know, she had a great meeting with the marketing team or one of the marketing team members at Corium the other day. So right here is the tweet giveaway time. So like, share, subscribe this, guys. I really appreciate that. Help her out. And we will see you tomorrow evening with a Hex News update. All right, guys. Have a good one.
At Viber Finance, we seek out the hidden gems in cryptocurrency. We will tailor your portfolio to work for you. Are you ready to transition your investments from traditional markets to cryptocurrency? Are your coins staked and earning interest? Are you overwhelmed with all the jargon in crypto? Is your portfolio underperforming and you want to reposition into consistent winning blue chip coins and viable projects? Do you feel like you missed out on DeFi, Metaverse, and NFTs? Here at Viber Finance, we provide you with the data, skills, and tools you need to stay on top of the digital asset market. Viber Finance. We are the future of crypto.